It's just before 8 on a recent weekday morning in the historic neighborhood of Talmadge. Neighbors walk their dogs or rest in the community park. From the tranquil scene, you wouldn't know just blocks away, an ugly traffic situation is playing out. Longtime resident Kelly Wagoner says heavy congestion has plagued the community for years.
Having 22,000 cars a day come through is a real burden to the streets and the infrastructure.
Wagoner hopes the incoming representative for San Diego City Council's District 9 will finally address the problem. Candidates Ricardo Flores and Georgette Gomez are running for the seat. Flores is chief of staff to current Councilwoman Marty Emerald. Gomez is an executive at the nonprofit Environmental Health Coalition. The two have been in a tight battle to represent the diverse district, which includes Kensington-Talmadge in the north, where Flores resides, the college area in the east, City Heights in the south, where Gomez lives, and Southeastern below that. The demographics shift greatly between each region, and this diversity presents Flores and Gomez with a range of community issues to address. In the Kensington-Talmadge area, Sandag data shows the community of more than 14,000 residents is mostly comprised of single-family homes. The household median income is nearly $58,000. Wagoner, who sits on the Talmadge Maintenance Assessment District, says her vote is for Flores.
We're hoping that he'll have the spirit and the determination to back our community on this issue.
Just east is the college area, where the household median income is more than $42,000. The community is home to nearly 24,000 residents, including San Diego State University students. Resident Jose Reynoso says the mix of students and families has created a big issue in the neighborhood.
The most important one would be the mini dorm issue.
Mini dorms are homes that have been renovated to include more bedrooms, usually to house more students. It's grown to be such a problem. At a recent committee meeting, Emerald introduced a measure to tighten housing rules. It did have some opposition, but the committee moved it to the full council. It's unclear if a vote will happen before the election, but Reynoso, who sits on the area's community council and planning board, hopes the next District 9 council member will be on his side.
Now, obviously, Ricardo has been able to be a little bit more supportive because it's his boss, Marty Emerald, who is spearheading the legislation that's currently before the City Council or being reviewed by the City Council.
Moving down the I-15, you reach City Heights. The population jumps to nearly 78,000 residents, and the median income is just more than $33,000. That's where City Heights Business Association member Juan Pablo Sanchez runs the restaurant Super Cocina. He's not a resident of the district, but his Mexican eatery has served the community for more than a decade, and many of his employees live in the area. Sanchez says he's heard many concerns about one top issue.
One of our biggest problems in City Heights is the lack of affordable housing.
Both candidates list affordable housing as a priority. Sanchez says that's one of the many areas where they overlap, including their support of City Heights businesses. But one difference, he says, is where they draw their experience from.
So I think one comes from being in office and seeing how everything's working, and one comes from, like I said again, more of the grassroots, talking to the community and seeing what can be done to improve our business district.
Further down the 15, you reach the edge of the district in southeastern San Diego. The community is divided among 3 council districts, but overall is home to 61,000 residents and has a median income of more than $31,000. Resident Karina Johnson says it's one of the few places in the city that's still affordable. At the same time, she's worried that affordability could draw new development to the neighborhood that might not serve residents' best interest.
Things are changing really rapidly, and if the community is not involved in that change, they might not get something that's good for them at the end of the day.
Johnson, who is a member of the Southeastern San Diego Planning Group, says residents need a council member who will speak up for them, and she thinks Gomez is best for the job.
So I think that Georgette has a long history of fighting for the needs of those people. She's really social justice oriented.
Johnson's stance shows a split between the District 9's north and south neighborhoods. A Voice of San Diego review of campaign contributions shows a similar trend. Gomez gets most of her support from City Heights, while Flores' big supporters are in the northern neighborhoods. That area also has the highest voter turnout in the district. Tarryn, Mento, KPBS News.